day, November 20th, Yeremenko's armies lunged forward south of Stalingrad, overwhelming the Nazi defenses and created an opening 30 miles across. Within the ravaged city, the Soviet 62nd Army fought on. They could hear the guns drawing near, mile by mile. Yard by yard, they reclaimed the ruined buildings they had lost and won and lost again. At 4 in the afternoon of November 23rd, 4 days after the start of the offensive, the Soviet armies met. Trapped inside the ring were 22 Nazi divisions, infantry and panzer, 300,000 men. There was no way out for General von Paulus. The Germans tried a massive airlift. It failed. The Soviets claimed 1,000 Nazi planes shot down. On the day the ring closed around Stalingrad, von Manstein took over the attempt to relieve von Paulus's army. He scraped together whatever units were available and tried to stabilize a front that was falling apart. The plan was for a panzer army under General Hoff to drive to the Stalingrad perimeter. Von Paulus would break out to meet him. But Hoff's attack was enveloped short of Stalingrad. By December 21st, 1942, von Manstein's armor was marooned, and the mass of his infantry, nearly 250,000 men, had been written off. Von Paulus made no attempt to break out of Stalingrad, though his army was the largest single concentration of the Wehrmacht in the east. A day after completing the encirclement, the Soviets trebled their firepower around Stalingrad. On January 8th, the Soviets made an offer of surrender, guaranteeing life and including permission to wear military honors. Von Paulus rejected the offer. At Christmas time, the Germans in Stalingrad had eaten their horses. They got one slice of bread a day. The daily issue of ammunition was 20 or 30 cartridges a man. The situation of the 6th Army was hopeless. Two days later, January 10th, the Red Army attacked from the west to link up with the 62nd Army, still fighting from its bunkers on the Volga bank. It took them some days of intense fighting, of the kind the 62nd Army had been engaged in for months before they reached their comrades. At last they came to the tractor plant. Some of the most savage battles of the entire war had been fought around it and inside it. Cream of the German army. Until this, they had only known the taste of victory. The last phase of the Stalingrad battle had been as bitter as the rest. 2 weeks of hand-to-hand encounters among the fire-blackened stones. It started on the eve of the 10th anniversary of Hitler's regime. Pocket after pocket was surrendering. General Daniel gave himself up to General Tolbukin. The Soviets put the figure of German dead since the encirclement at 200,000. The prisoners numbered 91,000. No fewer than 24 generals were included, and one field marshal, von Paulus. On January 31st, von Paulus surrendered.